Hello everyone, welcome to another series of birth chart analysis. So this is a case study which we'll be covering today, and this chart is of a 2-year-old girl child. Their parents approached me for the analysis of their child, birth chart analysis, and today we'll go through this chart and understand what are the yokes that are there in this chart and what are the uh, possibilities of profession for this child. And also we will test what is the overall temperament of the chart and also what is the potential. So let's get started. So first of all, when you look at the chart, so you have Jupiter in the ascendant. It is a 29 degree. It's just about to leave the sign, but again, this has become retrograde. So it is moving back into the ascendant. So first of all, if Jupiter is in the ascendant, so which makes the personality of the child very pleasing, very sweet. So for most of the people who have Jupiter in this ascendant, to be specific, if any benefit they have, it is good. But if you have Jupiter in specific, then it has a lot of benefic impact on the native's chart. So it makes the personality pretty sweet. Also, if you see that Moon and Jupiter are quite close to each other, so the just next sign we have Jupiter. But the issue here is when Moon is placed in the 12th house, it makes a person a bit more careless. And the reason is Moon is all about your mind, your mental attitude, and 12th house is associated with loss, is associated with expenditure, is associated with giving it away, not keeping control over it, and to give it on to someone else to invest. It could also be related as wasting something. So when Moon goes into the 12th house, so the person usually is pretty careless. Uh, uh, the person doesn't use the mind herself or himself and let others overwhelm just their decision. So this is one of the things which I have found not to be working so great for Moon in the 12th house. But good thing about it is that it helps you to settle in the foreign land. So what happens is when you're not able to relate with the society, you're not able to relate with all your friend circles. So these people do have a tendency to stay in isolation, to stay alone. So they enjoy their own company, uh, which is one way they spend their life, and also it makes the person a bit more creative, a bit more out of box thinker. Because when your mindset doesn't matches with the mindset of the other or the circle that you are in, so you tend to think different from the others. So this is one of the good thing that to have something out of the box, something unconventional, uh, which again helps the person to do pretty good. One more thing, if you see, Moon and Venus are opposite to each other, so this creates a very good yoke. This makes the uh, personality very pleasing. And again, for most of the people, I've seen that for especially for women who have Venus and Moon opposite place to each other, so they are pretty good looking. They are pretty attractive, good looking, beautiful. And among all the top models and actresses, I have seen that they have a combination of Venus and Moon, or either they are placed opposite to each other. So for most of the cases, again, for this chart also, I would say the same that when she grows up, she will be extremely beautiful. She might find a lot of proposals coming her way because she will have such a charming personality. And also, one thing happens is when you have Jupiter placed in the ascendant, you make the other person feel comfortable because Jupiter being placed in the ascendant looks at the seventh house. So, and it amplifies the benefic results of the seventh house. So what it does it your personality is so pleasing that it makes the other person feel comfortable when the other person comes in contact with you. So for most of the people who have Jupiter in the third house, first house, and 11th house, so Jupiter will aspect the seventh house, which is one of the greatest significance. Uh, what comes is this person, these people make other person feel comfortable with them. So I would say again a very charming and very nice, sweet personality. Now again, if you see, Rahu is placed in the 10th house. This makes the person extremely ambitious. Uh, these people won't settle for anything less or anything substandard. So they will always aim for something high. Their ambition will be uh, quite high compared to normal population. So they are pretty ambitious with whatever they do, whatever they pick up in their life. So again, a good thing to rise high in life, to do very good professional wise, and it shows that she has a lot of caliber. One more thing, if you see, Moon has gone into 12th house. Lord of 4th house has gone into 3rd house, which is 12th from 4th, and here we have Ketu. So this is what I can infer from the chart, that because 10th Lord of House of Profession has moved into 12th house, we have Rahu here. 4th house Lord has moved into 3rd house, and this Saturn is aspecting the Moon. And we have Rahu and Ketu in the axis of 4th and 10th house. She will be moving away from her motherland very soon, and maybe for most of the part of her education that she will be doing, and her career, her job, she will be doing that away from her motherland or the place where she was born. So this is a clear indication that I can see from her chart, that she has to move away. Also, there is a pretty prominent chance of her moving abroad, settling into abroad. Charts shows a lot of potential regarding that, and it shows, it is pretty evident from all the yoga that I can put together and relate between them. Now, if you see, Sun is placed in the fifth house. Sun being placed in the fifth house is a very good yoga. This makes the person extremely intelligent. For many of the intelligent people, I've seen that they have Sun in the fifth house, and they are pretty straightforward with whatever they do. So uh, these people are never scared of speaking upfront, and which is a very good thing. And also, if you see, Mars is placed in the second house and it is aspecting the Sun, so it puts a bit more aggression into the intelligence part as well. So intelligent, upfront, straightforward, and also knows how to apply and where to apply brain. So pretty good thing. Now one more thing, if you see, which I missed out previously, is the placement of Mercury. Though it is debilitated, it is with the exalted Venus, very close conjunction, and at the same time, Mercury and Moon, there is a mutual aspect between the two. So whenever there is a mutual aspect between Mercury and Moon, uh, Mercury is all but about speaking, your communication. Moon is about thinking. So these people keep on saying something or the other. So you will find these people like a chatterbox. They will always keep on saying something or the other. They will always narrate something. And also because Moon is backed by so many benefic. So on the either side of Moon I have Jupiter, and the opposite side of Moon I have Mercury and Venus. So when your Moon is getting support by so many benefic around it, uh, it gives a common indication that the person is born in a very well-to-do family. The person will get a lot of pampering, maybe from parents, maybe from the surrounding, or maybe whatever circle she goes, she will find a lot of people who will pamper her. As I said, she will be extremely beautiful, good-looking, attractive. That is also one of the reason why people will pamper her. Also because she will be a chatterbox, is she will keep on speaking, and that itself will give a lot of charm to her personality. So that is also a reason why people will find her charming, attractive, and this will again give her a lot of pampering. Now the issue here is Moon is in the 12th house, so socially a bit awkward, a bit careless. She might not completely take the responsibility. And also, one thing happens is when you have got so much pampering since the very beginning, since the childhood, there are pretty less chances that you build your own caliber, you build your own ability, and on basis of that, you rise high. So, for most of the things that will happen in her life will happen out of pampering, will happen out of support, will happen out of because she has such a good personality and people will be around her to help her out. So this is So this is all that I can infer from the chart. At least for a basic level of analysis for a 2-year child, this is what I can infer, and I should be giving out to their parents. Personality seems to be pretty good, pretty sweet personality, pretty nice, and in all front it can be said to be a very good chart. Coming on to Navmansha, Navmansha also seems to be pretty good. Lagnesh, Jupiter is pretty well placed. Moon is also pretty well placed. So overall, even for the Navmansha, I find it to be quite good. So no problem here. Let us come to the Cuspals chart or the coordinates chart. So here also, if you see 10, 11 for most of the cases, so which makes a person extremely ambitious. She will be very ambitious. Uh, Also because Moon is showing 10 and 11, and Moon is placed in the 12th house. So as soon as she moves into foreign land, she will be doing extremely good. So this is a clear indication what I can get from a chart. She will be doing very good in her higher studies as well, because there is a yoga of 9th and 12th lord uh, getting closer to 5th house. Not exactly in the 5th house, but the degree is itself is only 1 degree. So in Cuspal chart, it will go back to 5th house, and that's why we are getting for most of the cases 5, 9, and 12. So 5, 9 is good for higher education. Uh, and also, one thing I should mention that people who have Moon and Mercury opposite to each other, they are good at rote learning. So again, a very good chart for doing good in academics at least. And also because there is a combination of 5 and 8, uh, this makes the person a bit inclined towards rational thinking, out of box thinking, and also good at application. So in a way, very stable chart, very good chart, very nice personality.